Welcome to Adjust Your Mirrors, the #1 empowerment podcast show on the planet. Are you in need of motivation? Are you ready to take your personal and professional life to the next level? Then you've come to the right place. Adjust Your Mirrors. This is the podcast that's devoted to helping you see more clearly by making small adjustments. And now, here's your host, Reginald C. Allen.
Hey. Yes. Thank you, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Adjust Your Mirrors. And for those of you who don't know, I am your host, Reginald C. Allen. Just thanking you. Thank you, man, for taking the time, woman. Just thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to the Adjust Your Mirrors show. Now listen, we're going to get right into it this week. We're going to get right into it, all right? I want to talk about 3 principles that I created to help you reset your mindset. Because listen, at this stage in life, okay, I just know we've read enough books, we've gone to enough conferences, we have watched enough YouTube videos, okay, to know that anything that we want to accomplish, we can do it. If we set our minds to it, right? We know anything is possible to him who believes, okay? Whatever those goals are that you want to accomplish at this stage in life, you know you can accomplish those particular goals. But what happens? How come we don't accomplish those goals? We know it. We've read 1,000 books. We wake up in the morning. We do our affirmations. But what happens? It's those mental blocks that prevent us from moving forward. And we need to think of it like this, okay? Until we reboot our mindset, we will never fulfill our dreams. It's like a computer, okay? What happens with the computer? When a computer begins to lag behind, it'll send you these particular messages and say, okay, do you want to install this update? Do you need to do this? You need to do this. And guess what we need to do? We need to reboot the system after installing those particular updates. And once those updates are installed, the computer is able to run more effectively. And you're the same way. You have to reboot your mindset. You've read books. You've gone to conferences. You've watched YouTube videos, you're listening to the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast show, but those things are not going to be able to run effectively in your life until you reboot your mindset. Sure, you need to be productive. Okay, I've talked about that. Sure, you need to eliminate distractions. Sure, you need to be mindful of your inner circle. But more importantly, you need to start with crushing your limited beliefs. And the only way you can do that is if you reset your mindset, if you reboot your mindset. Okay, so like I said earlier, we have to break through those mental blocks. And so what is the first thing that we should do? We want to reset our mindset. We want to accomplish our goals. The first thing that we have to do, family, is identify the mental blocks. Until you identify the doubts, the fears, you will never be able to change. You will never be able to accomplish your particular goals. You know, and it's crazy because some of us are even afraid of success. But you need to get into a position to where you identify those mental blocks. Like, I'm going to give you an example. So, okay, I don't want to name drop, but years ago, 7 years ago, when I was a teenager, I played basketball, okay? And I was pretty okay. I played AAU or whatever. And there was a particular guy on my team. He was the best player on the team. I played against some guys right now that even played in the NBA. I played against some guys who played in the NBA. Well, they're retired now, right? But there was a guy on my team who was better at that particular time than some of the guys who went to the NBA. But this is what happened. He would make the team. He would show up to our AAU practices. He would play in the game. And then when it was time for him to play against these other guys, because at this time, some of the other guys had names and, the Detroit Free Press was writing about these guys or whatever. He would never show up to the game. And for years, as you know, think about it, as a teenager, we didn't understand, man, why whenever we played this team, well, I'll tell you the team we played. We played the Detroit Super Friends. So if you guys want to know who was all on that team, go do your research, go Google the Detroit Super Friends. So whenever we played the Detroit Super Friends with all these all-stars on their team, my friend would never show up. And now that I'm older, I realize maybe he was afraid. Maybe he was afraid. I don't know. As crazy as it sounds, you would think someone who's competitive would show up. But there are some people who know that they're afraid of success. Don't allow this mental block to hinder you. Show up. Don't sabotage your own success. Maybe you being afraid of success, you start questioning yourself. I'm not good. Am I good enough? Maybe that's why he didn't show up, because he was afraid that he was going to be shown up by the other players. But let me tell you something. If you're worried about being good enough, you're never going to be good enough. There's always going to be someone who's much better, who's much more effective, who's more efficient, and whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, there's going to be someone better. And if that being the case, you got to let it go. Let that mental block go. There's going to be someone better than you. And guess what? It's okay, because there's room for all of us. Maybe that mental block has you thinking, I'm afraid of being judged. They're going to judge me. Guess what? There's always going to be people there that are going to judge you. I don't care how successful you are, how good you are, there are going to be people that will judge you. So identify those mental blocks. And if those things are what's hindering you from moving forward, you got to let it go. You have to let it go. And principle number two, okay, let's just move right along, okay? We need to understand that there are two major sets of factors that help shape you become the person that you need to become. There are external factors, and there are internal factors. Now here is where, as they say, the rubber meets the road. Family. External factors are those things that you really have no control over. It's raining outside. Oh, it's raining. I don't want to go outside because it's raining. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to go and do the things that I need to do because it's raining. Listen, you don't have any control over the rain, my friend. Oh, but guess what? Now it's sunny outside. Oh, it's beautiful outside. The birds are chirping. Now I can go and do what I want to do. You see, those are external factors that you're allowing to control you. So now you have what's called internal factors. And these things are made up of how you react to the events in your life. Okay? When it's raining outside, you have the responsibility to make up in your mind, I'm going to do the work regardless of what's going on outside of me. You can't allow external factors to control you. My friend, take control. Take control. Stop being the passenger in your life. Start driving the car, man. You will never have lasting success and happiness if you allow external factors to control you. You can't change what's going on outside, right? You can't change what's going on around you until you first change what's going on within you. I think you should have wrote that down, okay? Listen, there are going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows, there's going to be some sunshine, and there's going to be some rain. But through it all, one thing that doesn't have to change is how you respond to those external factors, all right? And this is the last one, and we're going to leave. We're going to be out of here. Quick and easy 3 principles that will help you reset your mindset. And the third one, okay? You have to become a yes person. What? Well, you told me a couple of episodes ago that I have to learn how to say no. You do. And it's very imperative to your success, but you also have to know when to say yes. And what I mean by that is this. You have to say yes to yourself. And you're at a point in your life that you tell yourself no, even before you give others a chance to say yes to you. As I said earlier, you sabotage your success because you continue to say no because you're used to saying, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to get involved in that. Listen. Say yes to yourself. Give yourself a chance. Because when you say yes to yourself, other people will take notice. There's people watching you right now, and they know what you're going through. They're looking at you and they're actually rooting for you. They know that you've gone here and people have said no, but they're inspired because you keep saying yes to yourself. And I'm going to tell you, the gift, the talent, the goals that you have, you're going to hear 1,000 no's. And you've heard this. I'm not saying anything new, but that one yes can change everything. All it takes is one yes. That one yes from the right person can propel you to success. So I just want you to take the time this week to do me a favor. Reboot your mindset. We have all these updates. And in order for them to properly install, we have to reboot our mindset. We have to reset our mindset, because this is what you need to understand. I need you to write this down, because I read this, and it is a very powerful statement. It says, in order to do something you've never done, you need to be someone you've never been. We can't be the same person thinking that we're going to accomplish new goals. We've gotten off the track, my friend. It's time to get back on up. Get on up. I said, get up. We need to get back on the right track. Our system is overloaded with external factors, man. They're hindering us. They're preventing us from moving forward. And instead of just taking the time to look inwardly, we're allowing these things to hinder us. So I want you this week, reset your mindset. Go after those things that you want to accomplish, okay? And until next time, make sure you be empowered.
Thank you for listening to the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast with Reginald C. Allen. Be sure to visit the Adjust Your Mirrors private Facebook group, and don't forget to follow Reginald on Twitter at Reginald C. Allen. Please remember, when you're listening on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating review. Until next time, be empowered.